Okay, today we're just going to demonstrate to you the Roil range of products. Now they come with two fuel treatments, one for a diesel vehicle and one for a petrol car as well. So you just put those into your tank, fill your tank up, and then that'll give you clean your fuel system right from your fuel tank, fuel lines, right through to your injector pump, to your injectors and into your combustion chamber. And then the third product here is an engine flush. Now you put that in at your service interval. You wait, get your oil up to operating temperature, put this product in and leave it in there for 15 minutes at idle, and then drain all of your oil out, and all of the rubbish that's in your contaminants in your motor are suspended in the oil, and they just travel out with your old engine oil when you do your normal service. So that's pretty simple. And then the fourth component of the Roil system is the metal conditioner, which is an exceptional product. Now it doesn't treat the oil, it just treats your metal surfaces in the engine. It reduces friction and gives you cold start protection when you start a vehicle up. And if you're unfortunate enough to lose water or oil in an engine, you won't destroy it, providing it's not run for extended periods. So now we'll just do a simple test with some oil on this machine here, and I've got a bottle of oil, and it's, what is it, Ben?
Pegasus 1005.
It's Pegasus 1005 oil, a mobile oil. Now this machine here is what it's called a Felix machine. It's got a rotating round bearing here and an old tapered roller bearing here for the friction surface. Now we'll just put some of this oil into this little sump. Just pour some in. So we just top that up. I'll just start it up and let's switch on it. So we've now got a constant film of oil rotating on that bearing surface there, and we'll bring this down with a torque wrench. You can see we've got an amp gauge here that'll indicate how much power's being drawn by the electric motor when I load it up, and also how many foot-pounds that it locks up at when we do the test. So I'll do that again so you can see that on the torque wrench. So about 70 odd foot-pounds or 75 foot-pounds of pressure. You saw the amp gauge there, how much current is right up to 10 amps. So now we'll take out some of the metal conditioner. So I'll just pour some of that into the lid so you can see that. I'll just tip a bit in. Just draw some up into the syringe here. And I'll just squirt that into the little oil bath. Now this will take a few minutes to bond onto the surfaces. But you can already hear that that's getting quieter and quieter on there. Now we're up to approximately where the oil was breaking down before. I'll just give it a little bit more time. There's 100 foot-pounds in the same oil with the additive in it. There's 120, I'll give it a little bit more. And you can see on the amp gauge there's hardly any current being drawn. That's where you gain your fuel savings, because the motors aren't working as hard. But now we're up to around 150 foot-pounds in the same oil, and you can see that there's no noise whatsoever from the machine. I'll just switch it off now and give you a demonstration of how good the product is. I'll just take the oil away. I'll just tip it under there, and I'll just get a little bit more paper. I'll just wipe the surfaces. Take that stuff up there as well. And we'll start it up again. And we'll run it dry with no lubrication whatsoever, except the Roil metal conditioner that's bonded onto the surfaces. So there you can see, completely dry, and there's hardly any current draw on the electric motor. But that product still keeps running. It stays on those surfaces once it's bonded on. It's starting to smoke there a little bit now, it's getting quite hot. So we'll just switch it off again. I'll put the sump back on. I'll just wipe that out so there's no residue of oil sitting in there. I'll put that in there. Got a glass of water here. I'll have a sip out of it so you can see there's nothing in it. So I'll fill the little sump up. So this is in the unfortunate case that you actually get water into an engine or whatever component you're running this in. Just show you that it won't wash off with water. So there we go again. Still drawing very little current. I'll keep the pressure down on that so you can see we're up around 150 foot-pounds. That's getting quite hot in there. That'll boil the water in a few seconds. As you can see, it hasn't broken down yet, it's just boiling the water now. Okay, that pretty much concludes the test.